I'm really glad that Mikrotik has decided to place Mikrotik users meeting here in Canada. Canada is increasing in numbers, I think, about users. And I think that Mikrotik is really doing great about that. I would like to felicitate my people from Mikrotik for this such good initiative. Thanks for everything. It always happens on presentations, you know? The computer is more nervous than me. Yeah, I will complain with that, believe me. Good. There we are. Okay, I'll move that a little up. Okay, good. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Renato Garzillo. I'm from Garzillo.net, Canada. And today we'll be talking about multinode wireless applications. Basically, I will talk about some interesting details about that. Some of the most interesting features of Mikrotik, in my opinion, is this multinode wireless applications features that can help out a lot when you need to deploy a fast network that needs reliability, and also you have to be fast, you know. A little about me. I'm a bachelor in engineering, electrical engineering. Currently, I'm having a degree here at Concordia, Montreal. I have more than 15 years experience as a system integrator. I have dealt with the good, the bad, and the ugly about suppliers, equipment, and tools. Okay. Currently, I'm certified and also a trainer for MTCNA and MTWE, and I'm preparing myself to give classes about the MTCRE soon. I'm also a candidate for the Professional Engineers of Ontario Order. Currently, I'm writing a book in Portuguese, my mother tongue. I'm from Brazil, about Mikrotik. A little about our business. Currently, I'm in charge of two companies, Garzillo.net, that's the company I came from today, and also SiteGuardTech. At Garzillo.net, we are more specialized on wireless and wired equipment installation and commissioning, multiple vendors, technical support and consulting and training. At SiteGuard, it's an engineering company, okay, that we are more focused on consulting about industrial automation, telecommunications, economic engineering, and business intelligence. A little about what we will talk here today. What is a multinode wireless network, and types, why mesh, and not this about topics. We will go by bullets. Anyway, if someone wants to interrupt me to pose questions, okay, feel free and welcomed. I can answer questions in French, English, Portuguese, Spanish, and I'm trying to learn Georgian. Okay, what's a mesh network? It's a network topology in which every single node, okay, talks to the other node. Okay, the data is distributed to every single node not simultaneously, but they communicate to each other simultaneously, and they send the packet where it needs to be sent immediately. Talking about mesh, they can be wired or wireless. And basically, we have two types of mesh. The full mesh, when every single node talks to each other, and the partial mesh, where only some nodes are connected between them, and some others, they may be not connected. Why mesh? Mesh also offers us high scalability. Okay, you can add a node pretty fast. It's adaptable and reliable. Okay, everyone that has tried here to make some dynamic routing or even static routing on layer 3 protocols sometimes can know that things can take a time to start working. Okay, in general, it works on bridged networks. Okay, so it's layer 2, and it also can assure performance. I also would like to say that layer 3 networks, despite they are more complex in configuring, they also can work as mesh when they work well. In particular, studying about this protocol now, MME, it's a proprietary solution for Mikrotik. It's mesh made easy that allows a mesh network work as a layer 3 application. Mesh. The first time I had contact with this technology, it was in my home country by 2008. And a vendor here that I refuse to say the name was asking $1,000 per every radio that had this capability. Okay, a big player. If you work with Mikrotik, you go low cost. Okay, you go low cost. Okay, it has been proved. It has also been a proof track success because it's easy to implement, as you will see, and it's fail-fast. Okay, the nodes they configure themselves automatically, and the client stations they can get connected to every single access point of your network that's working under this topology. Okay. Mesh can be deployed. It's a great advantage when you have difficult places to reach, like mountains, deserts, top of towers, that you don't have much infrastructure, you don't have cabling there. And in general, the big telcos, they don't care about these places. So that's a good solution that you can apply. And it can also be used to deploy a network fast in a large and wide environment like a university campus, emergency situations, and monitoring networks. About emergency situations, I had a pretty interesting experience in my home country. I have been doing some consulting for the military police of Rio de Janeiro. And now they are working on some pacification missions, and they are using Mikrotik for interconnecting their CC control and their command center on some disturbed areas. And it's working pretty well if it's well configured. How mesh works? For many years, before talking about mesh, I need to talk to you about WDS. Okay, and WDS, every single manufacturer had its own version of WDS. So basically, if you have a vendor A, despite sometimes it could work with vendor B, it could, it's not mandatory, it was never a guarantee. So basically, if you would need to work with WDS, the good practice would be buy everything from a single vendor and cross fingers. About this, IEEE has worked in a definition for the mesh protocol that has finished into a draft by 2011, the 802.11s, okay, where they are trying to standardize the advantages of a mesh network and trying to allow different vendors to work with. In particular speaking, I have not seen vendors really caring yet about this yet. But I think in the future, pushed by the market, they will have to start worrying about that. Honestly, I don't see that, I don't feel that the vendors are really caring about that, because the money comes from big installations, not from the single guys or from small users, though. Okay, and basically, Mikrotik offers two types of mesh: the STP, RSTP plus WDS protocol, and this one that's based on the draft of the 802.11s, the HWMP plus. Okay, it's the own Mikrotik version for. It's based on the draft of the 802.11s, but it's a Mikrotik proprietary. If you don't understand something, you can ask me, eh? RSTP plus WDS protocol. Basically, for having a mesh network to work, we need two things. First thing, we need the WDS, okay? WDS is one form, one of the forms is using WDS, okay? Plus us STP. WDS, when you have multiple access points, okay, 1, 2, 3, it will be like a virtual cable between both unities, okay? It will be just a cable. And in this case, we need also a protocol, suppose that you have 4 or 7 nodes, for not allowing to happen loops, okay? And is that when our STP gets into the situation. Basically here we have multiple access points, 1, 2, 3, I have 5 access points, okay? And the RSTP is not working. So what you have is many WDS links formed between all of the access points. And these access points, they are likely to be working, but if you have to send a packet from here to here, nobody guarantees that it gets stuck here and doesn't go here. So basically, that's why you need RSTP. On RSTP, you can prioritize which WDS link formed will be used. So basically, you can prioritize that you want this link, this link, this link, this link, this link. You can change the value of priority on that thing. And when you change it, some of the WDS links that are formed, they are disabled. And in the end of the day, you had all these links working, so it could be really confusing. You will have this. Just a few links sending packets through the network, to all network. Okay. And it's really simple to configure, eh? So basically, you have to go to your wireless option at Winbox. You have to go to your wireless. You have to enable your card, or your wireless card. In this case, you have 2 options when you have an access point. You can work access point, or you can work access point, WDS slave. The field will tell you which one will be better to work with. Okay? In this case, in this print screen, I have left the WDS slave. And the SSID might be the same. You set up here, how do you want these links to be formed? You can choose them by dynamically or static, and in which bridge they will work. Uh-oh. Okay, here. And in this case that we had chosen dynamically, we have 2 access points here that are being communicated between. So we have one WDS link and a second WDS link. Okay, and at the bridge, as you can see here, you can see the path cost here that will tell you which WDS link will be taken for the packets to travel. So basically, this is where I was telling you that you had this situation here. Okay, you choose the priority, and this one has a lesser number than this. So basically, this one will be chosen. This one has a lesser number, it will be chosen. This one has a larger number, it will stops. And that's the way that this path is formed. You can choose that by distance. Okay, sorry for the misspelling. So basically, that's that's where you have to choose here at cost. You can if it's static, you can double click here and change the cost according to the need you have. Okay, so basically you can configure that pretty easily, and that helps you because when you have a WDS, you're sharing throughput through the link. You know what I'm saying? Suppose that you have a channel that's formed, okay, let's say 120 megabytes. You will have half of this bandwidth for WDS. Basically, if you are wise in choosing the path cost, you can optimize your network, and it takes you time. You know, it's not doing the basics is fast, but optimizing it takes you time. Okay, I have a pretty interesting quote. We still haven't time. I'm going really fast. I have one of my clients here that they have a residence, a student residence here in the Plateau, Montreal. Okay, and what we were doing there. Given the students, they all are connected, they have gadgets that you don't even imagine. I was having some issues in some cases that some links were not being well used. So in that case, I had to place a static WDS and optimize the path cost according to the performance of the network. It took me between 2 to 3 weeks to get to the optimum setting, considering it was only a house, okay? So I had to be... It took me some time to get the job done. But in the end of the day, it was done. Okay? Routing protocols can help you, definitely. I have one of my clients in Quebec City. They are into, I could say, law enforcement, okay? They do a mesh network. I could consider mesh, but it's all run under OSPF. I'll run under OSPF, and it's working pretty well, thanks. Okay. In this case, if you don't have much money, if you don't have much budget, if your network will be temporary, it's a good solution. It's a wise solution, I would say. Okay. Sorry. Oh, it depends. It depends the situation you are in. Sometimes you can be full mesh, sometimes you need to be partial mesh. It will depend on how the field will tell you what will work better, you know? So there is no miracle here, there is no opus pocus. The basics are simple. The details are that take you to excellence. If you could speak up. A little. What? So let's say if you have a full mesh, it will prevent the advertising. Well, if you are using OSPF, okay, if you want to do this using OSPF, supposing we're at level 3, it's not the focus of my presentation today, you have to use something like NMBA, okay, to use the non-broadcast option, okay? That would be the smartest idea to do. If you use OSPF as it is, maybe you can have some issues, depending on the case. But in general, it works pretty well. Any more questions? This is a democratic presentation, eh? So as I was telling you, okay? Okay, that's my arrow. Lesser the cost, okay, as I was telling you in the bridge, that you can see which WDS link has the cost. That will be the chosen path. So basically this head arrow I have placed here tells me that this packet will travel to the internet through these WDS links. No matter if it's only one hop to the backbone radio, it will choose this one, this path, okay? I have an installation working. I can show you. It's at my office today. So I will get connected there. Just 1 second. Basically, what I'm doing there is that I share internet with my other coworkers at the office. So basically, I'm connecting to my home, and from my home, I'm going to my office. So basically, I'm going home first. Okay, I'm connected. So let me see the Winbox. Here, good. So basically, just to show you, here. Okay, we'll give you a trace route, just for you to see. Oh. Okay. We are 2 hops away from our office. Okay, here. So basically, here. Okay, wrong window. All right, here. You have the WDS links formed, okay? Because there I have, let's say, a working network for us to work there, and I have, like, let's say, a courtesy network that people that come to visit me, they have access to my hotspot. And here at the bridge, you can see everybody that's connected through the bridge. And here, you can see the path cost, okay? This 10, 10, 50, 0, 0, okay? And given it's dynamically, I cannot change it. So, okay, there. HWMP Plus protocol. It stands for Hybrid Wireless Mesh Protocol. It's an optimization from 802.11s IEEE, as I told you earlier, and it will work only on Mikrotik devices. Okay? And honestly, I think that if I had to choose today about performance, if I had to go WDS or WDS RSTP, I would choose this one. That would be my second choice because it's the same work configuring one or another. You know, this one works a little better. Okay. Basically, what we are sure that we have loop free again. Okay. We have a route selection based on path cost. Okay, and the wireless links costs are automatically based on the actual link bandwidth. And the selection of the routes can be on demand or tree based. I will talk to you about that a little. We have 2 types of working on this protocol. The reactive, where you have every single node sending information between them, and the proactive, okay? If you have an intranet, something that you don't have much outbound traffic, reactive mode will work better, okay? In case you are supplying internet to people, the service, you need people going outside your network through a gateway. The proactive mode will work way better in that sense. Pictures talk more than words. So basically, that's how reactive mode works. A wants to talk to C. And A doesn't know the path to C, so he will start sending a path request message to every single node of this network. A, B, C, D, E, F, okay? And C will send a message that the name is path response, telling which path he should take, okay? And this path will be placed on a table we call forward database that I will show you a little later. So basically, he has to send the A to C through A, B, and C. That's how it works. The proactive mode is something, for me, a little more interesting, okay? In this case, you have one node of your network that we call the portal. The portal knows every single path how to reach every part of the network. So basically, it works like a manager of the network, telling the nodes where he should send the packet through the network. Okay. So how does that work? Okay. Basically, the portal we announce the presence by announcement we call root announcement. Okay. And the nodes will answer, okay, with a message we call path registration. And when A needs to reach C, the portal can inform which path he should take. Okay. And one more interesting thing about the portal and proactive mode is that in case we change the topology, we have that informed pretty fast though. So basically, A needs to send a packet to D, and a packet goes down. Okay, sorry, the link goes down. So the packet, this one informs the origin with a path error to the origin, to the source. And the source will ask to the portal, again, see, I need a new path to my destination, okay? It helps a lot on cases that you need more performance. You need people, you have multiple nodes, multiple clients accessing multiple nodes. They are going through the internet to, for example, this place, okay? And you don't have broadcast to tell every single node, okay, which path I should take, you know? It's a little more stable in that situation. How to? The secret here. When I was telling you before that when you are working with WDS RSTP, you have to do everything under the bridge option. I think you know what I'm talking about. I will tell you. I will show you. Okay, here. The bridge, okay. You forget about placing interface on the bridge and placing where you call mesh, okay. So, if you want to work with this protocol. And it's pretty easy to configure, eh? So here again, access point, you place the same MSSID to everybody, okay? Just one thing, on this case, we are considering here that we are working with a single band mesh network, okay? So I'm making things easier for today. And here, I'm choosing static mesh, and where you see WDS default bridge, it will appear the name not of the bridge, but of the mesh network you have created at the option I told you. One that is small, let me see. Okay, you can see. Okay. For me, it's a little smaller here, and I cannot see well. So basically, you have here the interface, the WDS configured. Okay, in general, the WDS has to be the MAC address of the opposite node. Okay, so that's how it works. It's pretty simple to configure if you know the MAC addresses of every single node you have. And the option at mesh. Here. Yoo-hoo. Okay, here again. Okay, I'm getting back again to my work. I have lost the VPN link though, sorry. Okay, cannot connect the NAM. Okay. I'll try the 5 gigahertz. Let's see. Good, I'm there. Again, home. ET phone home. We are there. Oops, sorry. Again. Oh, that's good, man. Okay, I'm there. On the other screen. Okay, so these are here, the bridge. Sorry, the bridge, okay? So that's the option I was telling you. Okay, if I click here, I place the name of the mesh network, and here are the configurations. If this node will work as a path, as a mesh portal, in case I'm working proactively, and I will place the interfaces all here. Okay. And the path cost, that's the secret of making your mesh, your WDF links work pretty well and pretty smoothly. Okay, that's the forward database that tells you what is every single node, okay, of your mesh network, and what is each point, which device here. It's a local device, outsider, something external to the mesh network. It's a mesh device. If it's a neighbor, a larval, that's my preferred, that they don't know what is that, but it's in the mesh network, or unknown. And I'm really practical and pragmatic. So basically, what I have here, I have 2 wireless devices here, one there, 2 RBs 951. I will configure a 3rd node, okay, it's already working, under the ID MUM mesh tutorial, and you will see how easy it is to configure, right? There is a special technique for that. Okay. Okay, I can see a light here. I can see the light. It's a good sign. I can hear the beep. Good. So, okay. Right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Where's my arrow? Uh-huh. Okay, here's my arrow. Good. Remove configuration. Yoo-hoo. Okay. Okay, here. Okay, we are all done here. Okay, so basically the router is empty. So what we'll do, you'll see this pretty easily, okay? We'll go by bullets, by steps. First thing, the wireless LAN. Okay, here. Okay, wireless. I'll choose the band, BGNN. And the SSID, I will place the same SSID I need. Let me see the name. Okay. Okay, I will place back mom, mesh, tutorial. Okay. I'll place it as an AP. Sorry, we'll work on the WDS. Okay, good. There is no, the WDS is disabled. I will enable it. Okay, working. Okay, I don't have the WDS link formed but for now though. So what will I do? Pretty simple. I will enable a dynamic mesh. Okay, I don't have yet the mesh network created. And as you can see, I have two WDS links formed. You see, it works. Yeah. Not every people wants to come here to show you things, you know? So it can be a risk. Okay, I will create the mesh. You can see this SSID, I suppose, right? If someone can help me, I would appreciate mom mesh tutorial. Can you see that? Yep, okay. And you get an IP address, eh? I'm placing a DHCP server in some unity here. You won't navigate through the internet, unfortunately, but you get an IP address. Don't be sad. Okay, here. And here I will configure, okay, I have not created yet. Oh, okay, mesh. Okay, name, what name I will give it? Okay, mesh tutorial. Okay, so I start placing the interfaces I want them to work with. So, and one thing about that's interesting, Mesh works with wireless and wired interfaces. So you don't have to worry about just if you get connected to your device, it will work. But you have to inform that it takes part of the mesh network. Okay, this one here, the mesh tutorial. Okay, that's where you can configure the types. I will let auto. Okay, the link. So okay. Okay. I'll place some Ethernet interfaces in which one I'm connected. Okay, I'm connected through 2. Okay. And now if everything goes well, given I'm bridging, okay, then I have my 2 nodes. This node is not set yet with an IP address, but I will show that right now. Okay. Here, good, wireless, good. So what do I do? Okay, if I'm gonna set up an address, you have to set up the address at the interface you are working in. So basically, I will set the address here. 10.10.03/24. And it is done. Okay. Let me see who more I can see here. Okay, I have everybody here. So basically, okay, I will do something different. I will disconnect through the router by cable, okay? And I will do everything on wireless. Okay, let me find. Okay, here. I'm not, okay. Okay, I'm on one of the devices. The forward database I was telling you. Okay, I can see some people here connected, larvals and mesh. Okay, well, thanks for helping me. Okay, lots of larvals here. So, someone local, it's good. I want to get to the one I have the my DSP server. Okay, I'm there. So, and this second one is where is my DSP server. Basically, I see lots of people here helping me out. Okay. And if I have here a place where I can have a cabled access to the internet, I can connect to any port that takes part of the mesh, and you start distributing internet for free, cheap, and fast. One thing When you're installing services, okay, that's a tip. Like DSP server, hotspot, things like that. The interface you have to work with for everything to work smoothly is the one that you have to choose the mesh interface you are working in. So don't choose the Ethernet interface, the wireless interface. The same idea you had about bridge, erase it and use mesh instead. So thanks for your attention. That's what I had to show today. I'm really struggling here because I love talking, so I'm controlling myself. And one more thing, if you need to contact me, okay? That's where you can find me, garzillo.net. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your attention. Any questions? Yep. Yeah, we will place that. The moon, there is a place there that we can place every single presentation. But if you need that faster, I can provide you a copy. I give you my card, you send me an email, and I will send you that with pleasure. In case you have doubts, feel free to contact me.
Why is there so much disparity between vendors for WMS?
Well, let me tell you, man. Money isn't the big things, eh? If you're a vendor, you have the opportunity to close a big deal and a big network. Would you like to share that with someone? That's where you have the money, you know what I'm saying? Market share. So basically it's more a marketing thing, but if us as users, we start pushing the market, see, we want to interconnect, we want people using common protocols, the vendors will think differently. It's a matter of the consumer. Yes? I cannot hear you.
I can speak louder. In case you hear me, okay. In case you want to serve different SSID for different users, for example, you want to have guest access point and employee access point and serve them through the WES. What's your recommendation?
Well, if you have a wireless interface, if you're a Mikrotik device, you can create a virtual access point, and you can run a second network on this virtual access point. That's what I have at my office.
How do you connect it to the WES? Because you want to separate the traffic.
It's the same thing. You create a virtual AP, okay? When you create a virtual AP, I will show you. I have the application here. Okay. Let me see. 1 second, I will show you. Okay, I'm there. I will get my VPN done. It will work. Okay, verifying credentials, completing connection. We are there. So basically, okay, I'll show you. Retrieving. See, here I have here one VLAN, and I have the second VLAN. The second VLAN is a virtual AP, and you find the virtual AP here, okay? And you bridge this AP. You create a second bridge. You bridge the AP, the interfaces you want to work. In this case, I have one here for bridge hotspot. Okay, I have one bridge only for VLAN. It's a good practice to have a bridge and to give an address to this bridge because it will work you as a loopback interface. Okay, and you add the bridge to this. Okay. Hotspot here. Servers. So see here, I placed the hotspot at the interface I want it to work at the bridge. And when you have the default route, okay, we will send through the net, and it will work like that. If you don't want both networks to communicate, you have to make some firewall ruling for not allowing your guests to get into your corporate network and get and have access to sensitive information. It's not it's a RSTP WDS. I have 3 access points at my office, and in this case, as you can see, I have here the links formed to a second access point that I will show you. Here again, access point number 2, that is where my printer is connected. Okay, so here you have a second link formed. Okay, you have then registered, and that's it. It's pretty simple. I can send you a tutorial if you want to. It's something that, if you go by bullets, it will work. If you don't have anything defective at your place, it will work. Was that clear?
Yeah, I'll come back to you later.
Fantastic. Anyone else? Today I'm talking for free, eh? Okay, so if we have no more questions, thank you.